If your wheat's cut and you've been thinking about a double crop, we have some advice for you. And Josh, what should producers be thinking about?
Well, we got a couple options, and you know, we talked a couple weeks ago about double crops and summer crops, and we had an abundance of moisture then. It's kind of hard to think in a week or two that we're essentially gone from maybe too much moisture to essentially no moisture, and that's where growers need to start making their decision. If they got a wheat crop like we have back here, that's maybe a little late maturing, late harvested, more than likely a lot of moisture is gone, and getting the wheat crop out is not going to be an issue. That's a good thing for the wheat crop. Right. You can get in, get out, and do what you need to do. Those guys that have a little bit of moisture, use caution is all I have to say, is that we're having some pieces of ground where growers are saying that we have plenty of moisture on a Friday, and by the time they come around Monday, there's no moisture left. And that's the issues we're running into.
So let's dig down into that a little bit more. What really is the issue about planting into no moisture?
Well, if you plant in absolutely no moisture, the crop actually, the seed actually needs the moisture to go into the seed to actually grow. And if you think about soybeans, our primary, our number one double crop, we need about half their weight in moisture into that seed for them to germinate. So we need a lot of moisture into that seed before it'll even start. Yeah. The problem if you have a little bit of moisture and you're drying is that we can crust. And if the soil crusts, especially with a soybean crop that's not like a wheat crop, you know, has that hypocotyl or that protected leaf that pops through the surface, is really well protected, can get through some really tough ground. With the dicots like a soybean, it has its first leaves that actually have to be pulled from the ground by the stems. So if we're crusty, if we have a hard compacted layer, even if we've gone through and we had moisture in those double disc openers, pop that seed in the ground and close it up nicely. If we have conditions 100, 105 degree, those can dry in just a matter of hours or days. And if that crusts, that seed's never going to make it through the ground.
Talk about some of the benefits of letting your land rest a season.
There are some benefits. You know, it's kind of a catch-22 both sides. If you get a good summer crop like we've had these last couple of years, you really are leaving some money in the field by not having that double crop, that summer cash crop in the field. However, if you do a summer cash crop, oftentimes you're harvesting late in the season. We're talking maybe middle to end of October, maybe even the 1st of November. If you're wanting to wrap around and hit a wheat crop in after that, the likelihood of you getting it into that prime timeline is very small.
Talking about next year, you guys have a learning opportunity coming up this well, here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's hard to think that we're already needing to start talking about winter crops, but it's never too early. We just finished harvesting. We had a great year. So what we're wanting to do and what we're putting on this year is August 2nd and 4th, we're having a winter canola school. And we're going to go small venue, lots of information available in those venues. The 2nd, we're going to be at Lahoma at the Northeast Research Station. At the 4th, we're going to be at the Corn Maze there in Weatherford. It's going to be good information. We're going to be in the morning, so 8 to noon. 8, come out, get a registration, come out and grab some donuts, talk around. Our program probably start in between 8:30 and 9. We're going to have a couple of good hours talking about what we learned this year, what we need to be doing, and kind of what the recommendations are going forward.
Okay, thank you much, Josh, and we'll talk more about that later.
Oh, we sure will.
And for a link to that, you can go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu.